Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. So we should be finishing up with the Neverwinter Wood in this episode. We'll know by the end of it for sure. Alright, so much of this area is pretty much the same as the last one. Right here is the cultist camp with one of those dire bears I was talking about. Given my level, I should be able to thrash it. Aside from the dwarf that they left behind, this is the only actual trace of the cultists that you can find anywhere out here. Wow, 3 crits against that one bear. Alright, that there is the spirit poison that they used to poison the spirit of the wood. That's some extra stuff they had. They used some to actually poison it, left the rest here. That's how I know it's a cultist camp. Interestingly enough, you don't actually ever need that poison. Like, if you're evil and you don't want to cure the spirit, you can kill it. That's all you can really do. You can either cure it or you can kill it, or you can just leave it there, which leaves the quest unresolved, which, you know, only a psychopath would do that. But you have that option too. But as far as resolution goes, all you can do is kill it or cure it. So if you're evil, you don't actually use that poison. I guess it's just there to let you know what happened. Alright, there's another bear. I believe this cave right here is a bear cave. But it's not a dungeon. There's one enemy in it, and it's just a really big dire bear. Significantly stronger than these guys. I gotta give these bears credit, though. They're really tough. And a basic dire bear, I think, has over 100 hit points, or maybe exactly 100 hit points, possibly. Probably something like that. But they are very durable. Yeah, so I can go in this cave, kill the ancient dire bear. I should be able to cast harm on it, end the fight quickly, because a bear like that's not something you want to have a prolonged fight with. Gotcha. 300. Holy cow. Yeah, that's tough. Unless you're playing a cleric who can just do that, I recommend extreme caution against that thing. If you're playing a cleric who doesn't like to do that, but you're still using the rest of these enhancements, a 32 AC is enough to be pretty much untouchable by it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. And you have to be fighting a seriously skilled combatant to be able to harm you at this level with an armor class like that. It's absurdly high for what I'm dealing with out here. Although stuff still hits me pretty frequently, because turns out when the enemies just endlessly attack, they'll roll 20s all the time. Like that. I can't fault them for rolling 20s, though. I mean, I critted that one bear 3 times in a row, so... You know, it only seems fair that they get to do it back. Alright, so that there is the altar you can use to travel to the realm of the spirit. There's a ceremonial dagger lying on the ground. That's just in case you didn't get one from the nymph. That's the one the cultists used to enter it. Although I don't know how, when you use one it gets consumed. Which is also a potential problem. Because if you go in and don't fix the issue, you just, like, don't get to finish that quest. If you go in and then leave and then lose access to it, I think you only get 2 shots. All you should need is 1, but, you know, that's a potential issue. Alright, so let's go into Satera's home. I want to throw up a death ward, and frankly, some other things, too. Invisible stalkers, I think True Sight will help against. I don't know if anything in there will try to restrict my movement, but I'd like to be protected just in case. Death ward should be there to protect me against the water elemental's drown attack. I don't think I'll be dealing with many of them, but there might be some, so I'd like to be ready. Oh yeah, there's a water elemental right there. These things will try to airburst you down to the ground. Yeah, immune to death magic does protect you against that. Now they're all going to try to wail on me while I'm down. Because I can't get up. Air elementals can all do that. They'll have like this burst of wind where if you fail a reflex save, you get knocked to the ground and take a little damage. And of course, I'm always going to fail my reflex save. Fortunately, other than that, air elementals are pretty weak. True Sight, for some reason, doesn't see through concealment, so these things are just going to be a huge pain. Invisible Stalkers, despite their look, are not any kind of undead or negative creature. They're basically just different-looking air elementals when it comes down to it. Satera's home does have a lot of traps in it. Yeah, some pretty nasty ones at that. It's not a place for the faint of heart. Alright, this place right here is just like a little side room. I do plan on killing Satera. She did kind of kidnap a druid just because. Like, there wasn't any real reason for it. She liked that the girl was pretty and wanted to figure out how to take that from her because she wants to be pretty again. That's Satera's entire motivation. Horrible creature. And so I don't think it deserves to still have a place out here. That thing just hit me with a 29. How'd it do that? Yeah, see, the thing with those water elementals is they'll use their drown attack at me, but I'm immune to it, so it doesn't hurt me. And then half their hit points are consumed in the process. So it really messes them up. I can hit him with a 2, as far as armor class is concerned, but his concealment thing just makes it take ages. I'd say let's throw down a detect traps right here, probably. I'll take out a number of them. There'll be more to spring.
Taste of my wrath!
I just looted that, right? Yeah, that had a potion in it. Isn't it funny how later in the game, all of the chests are much weaker than they were in the beginning of the game? I'm wiping out these small flat chests in one hit because they only absorb 5 damage now, while they were absorbing 40 in the first chapter. I don't know if they just got lazy and decided to reuse the same one for all of them, or if they figured it didn't matter at this point in the game, but frankly, I'm a little bit bitter about it. I kind of miss when stuff was worth experience. I'm barely even getting a pittance from these things. Alright, there should be a bunch of methods in here. I believe this is her library.
Let the earth take you!
Yeah, nice try. That one might get me. Nope, resisted. Man, spell resistance is nice.
Taste of my wrath!
Whoa. Alright, I think that's all of them. So, here's the Resonance Tome. That's the 4th one of those. Someone really was not thinking strategically when they put 3 of them down the south road. Logically, it does make sense. As far as, like, their locations, they aren't random. And there isn't really anywhere else to put them down these other directions. But I do think it's funny that 3 of them are in one road direction. And you just have 1 down each of the others. Alright, there should be 2 water elementals in this little room. And these are the ones that always spawn. These are not random. They have decreased fire damage? No. I thought they might be weaker against fire damage than normal, but I don't think they are. She should have one remaining group of elementals. Maybe two. No, she has a flesh golem outside this door, I think. Yep. The elementals are up there. I have a sanctuary. I'd prefer not to be on the ground getting wailed on by a flesh golem, so I'm going to try to kill it alone. Just in case there's some air elementals I can't see up there. Down he goes. What in the world? Interesting. Alright, I think the stag beetle cell is unlocked. So, my charisma, I have a +3 on that. These is just charisma bonus. Yeah, so let's go with... Might as well use all of them. Stag beetles are kind of nasty, and I don't need these for anything else right now. I can't get into this door. I think I might be able to break it down, but I can just go grab a key in a second. This door is unlocked. I have even more buffs. Okay. Yeah, that fight just ended immediately. Let's go kill the stalker while I've got this. Awesome. I think I just looted those, didn't I? Alright, so she has one more flesh golem inside, I believe. But it's alone in a room. So she'll talk to me. Is that ancient? Yeah. Alright, so the gem makes her think she's pretty, or not gem, the mirror. So she gives you the gem, and there's her key that you can unlock the girl's cell with. So now let's just try to kill her and see how successful we are. Down she goes. You get 400 XP for that. Let's drop one of these. I knew there was one trap specifically in that room that just got disabled. That's pretty unpleasant. I believe it was also a poison trap. The poison traps are super detrimental to your stats if they hit you. Which they almost always do. Like, sometimes you make your save, but it's actually decently difficult. But yeah, I definitely don't trust that old crone to keep living. She wasn't doing anything to help the area around her, was content with the forest just destroying itself because it didn't affect her. But she was happy to abduct a druid and figure out a way to take her beauty.
Perish as you should.
So I really couldn't care less if that old crone lived or died. There's another treatise on the spirit of the wood. If you decide not to kill her, she doesn't mind you looting the place anyway, and I think you still have to kill that golem. And then up here is her bedroom. I can loot the rest of this place. let's go free the druid and then get out of here.
Reading, student.
Alright, and that's all 3 druids. So now I just gotta fix the spirit and then head back to a wheel. I'm gonna grab some rest before running on into the spirit world. So the spirit realm is filled with grigs, will-o-wisps, pixies, and not much else. I'll find Remlar there, and he's gone completely bonkers, so I'll have to kill him. I'd kill him anyway. That dude's a tool. And then there's the spirit itself, which will try to attack you out of rage and confusion because it's poisoned. And you'll have to beat it down in order to get it sensible. I think it's 1 harm spell, if I can cast it on it, should do the trick. I just hope no pixies hit me with mass dispels. Dispel is the most annoying effect. I hate it. Does that cause a ripple in the water? I think it did. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's plunge the dagger into my chest. You know, it's kind of funny. If you have henchmen with you when you do that, it says plunge the dagger into your chest and instruct your henchmen to do the same. And it works. I don't think there is any amount of money you could pay a henchman where you could then ask, or not ask him, you could order him, alright, now stab yourself after I do it. And all he sees you is stab yourself in the chest and vanish. And then he'd do it. I'm pretty sure that'd just be a hard no. Well, let's kill the pixies. The will-o-wisp is always there. I don't remember the rest of these being here. The wisps aren't that dangerous. But we're getting more fairy dust out of this. Another one. I guess they're just, yeah, they're immune to all different kinds of elemental damage. Alright, there's Relmar. Okay, I'll finish talking to you in a second here. Let me kill the pixie. Don't even try to make sense of all of the nonsense Relmar is speaking. He's gone utterly mad and doesn't even know what he's saying anymore. Well, there he goes. He'll attack you no matter what you do. Even if you just ask him a few questions and try to leave, he'll be like, oh, no, you don't, and try to kill you. So, you know, this is inevitable. You don't have to worry about getting the info on where the cure is either, because it's literally right in that pile of rubble. Him telling you does not make a difference. It's not like it's out of your way or hidden. So unless you just skip over loot piles all the time, you'll find it, no problem. a nice cleric ring, and then there is the last critical piece of evidence. So now I'm all good to give them to Erebith so that I won't be leaving any behind. Which, again, does not matter for gameplay at all. Feel free to give them to Erebith before you get all three. I just can't stand it, and I much prefer to get all of them. There is the cure. So now I just have to beat down the spirit, and then hand this over to it. But first I gotta kill the rest of the various fairies that are gonna show up try to stop me. Is it just Will-O-Wisps left? I think it is. See, this area is usually super annoying. Because even though these things aren't that dangerous, there's so many entangles going off, it takes forever to get through. Having freedom of movement out here is a boon. Alright, so those are going to lead to the same location. I'll go down and take the bridge.
Perish as you should.
There we go. Why are there 3 pixies? Try to get between them. Hopefully they won't cast. That one is trying. Dang it. Why didn't you do anything, you moron? Alright, I still have my endurance. Just stopped attacking. Still have my endurance and my strength, as well as my, like, actual abilities. It really just took out Cat's Grace. Something else, too. Oh, it took off my True Sight. And then it took out the Protection Against Evil. So all the important ones it left. Thankfully. It's uncool to throw 3 of them at you out of nowhere. At least they weren't doing that the whole way, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any protections left. So that is a portal that can let you leave this place if you don't actually want to be here right now. Like you got here without even really trying or wanting to. Or you get here, realize it's too much, and try to get out. You can use that portal. But you have to fight through pretty much the whole area to get there. Because the Spirit of the Wood is literally right here. So I'm going to try not to kill it. That does not work on it. Wait a second, is it an undead? It just healed from that. Oh yeah, it's an undead. It immediately surrendered. So it looks like it's got 240 hit points, I think. Cool, I didn't know that. That's news to me. And I get 210 experience for it surrendering. So I could kill it for a bunch more. But I think you'll, in the long run, lose out on experience, because a wheel won't give you 1 thin dime of anything for killing it. Because it solves the problem, but doomed the entire forest if you do. Alright, gave it the cure. It'll show you what actually happened, how it got poisoned, the cultists who took whatever stone they were there for, which is a word of power. Then it teleports you out. Alright, so the forest is cleansed now. If I hadn't already killed all the wild animals, I think they'd be friendly now. Although I don't really have a standard to measure that by, because I always kill all the wild animals. which, frankly, should make the druids just as mad as killing the spirit. Don't bother going back to the nymph to tell her what happened. She doesn't really care. She's like, hey, thanks. No XP, though. Hope you didn't mind the inconvenience of trudging through my annoying out in the middle of nowhere labyrinthian home. Not a big fan of that nymph's house. I think you should stop more wanderers, actually, so that this doesn't happen again.
I see you are.
Okay, all the druids have been brought back. Issue's been solved. Let's head back. So, Satara gave me her gem. I have all the evidence I need. And I have an Amascry tome.
It is a... Have you yet to... This is good news.
Alright, so I could show her any two of these. She'll take all three in the long run.
This information, I would like... This, you will need to get into Luskin and enter the host very well.
I understand. I am quite calm.
Alright, so now there's a captain in Luskin who will do what Aaron wants him to do, who can sneak you into Luskin. And that's how we'll start the next portion of the game. I have now finished the main quest of this chapter, but I'm not done with the chapter itself yet.
How do you do?
So here is the second one. Don't think I've got any traps. I do not. Let's go give Eltora her tome.
Well, hello.
Alright, there's only one of those left. So we got one tome, one gem, 2 ears, 2 werewolves. I feel like there was something else. Nope, that's all of them. As far as those big umbrella side quests go. I hope all of those fey creatures were not in any way important to the forest, because the forest doesn't have any of them anymore. I pretty much systematically committed genocide against a lot of them. There we are. Sitting well over 200,000 gold. It's going to be a while before I have to spend any of it. When I do, it's going to be a big expenditure. But I should have at least twice what I've got now by the time that happens. Alright, so I only have a few things left to do in this chapter. About 2 episodes worth. I'd say there's probably that much left. So all of the major side quests I can get done, I think, in a timely manner. Because there's only really one big area left. One of them involves the side dungeon, tomb of the Arcane Brotherhood. That's got the Tome of Life in it that I gotta go grab. One of the ears is over in the Green Griffin Inn, as well as the last of the gems. Getting that ear will trigger the Port Last Mines section, where I can get the final ear. And then the lair of the final werewolf out here can be found up there as well. And that will trigger the final encounter to finish out the werewolf quest. I'll try to complete all of them at, like, the same time. So the plan will be come up here. I think what I'll do... What are you doing? Dark Tongue Breakbone will attack me right as I go through. So they go kill him, go to the Green Griffin Inn, get the gem, get the ear. Go deliver Zor's ear so I can go kill Yezgar. Once Yezgar's dead, I'll go back up, clear out the Arcane Brotherhood tomb, and then go deal with Karathis, tell Nurik about Karathis, and then go kill Albalor. And then I'll be able to just, in like a line, complete all 4 of those side quests. In the process of that, I'll explore the whole area around the Green Griffin Inn. All that will be left after that is Mutamin's Challenge, and then the companion quests. And then after that, I should be good to go to Luskan. So that's all for this one. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.